Okay, so I'm back again. Got the laundry moved over, adjusting the microphone, and ready to go. Okay, so yeah, I'm really liking this toy piano sound, digging it. I'm going to do some moving around with some stuff because we did have this other melody line up here on this other violin. Right here. And naturally, that feels like it needs to go up one more. What happens if we just do that? Okay, anyway, not what I was intending on doing. Pardon the diversion. Okay, so I'm going to open up a new note lane here, mute the original one, and just see what this sounds like coming out of the toy piano. It doesn't sound like anything because you've got it muted. That's awesomeness. Okay. Let's just do that for the sake of doing it. Alright, yeah, so we're still fairly unhappy. It does okay until it starts that descending bit, and that's where it just dies. So I'm just going to kill all those notes. No sense in holding on to something that doesn't work. And actually I'm going to razor that, mute this, razor that, and pull this up just to see what happens if you combine the two. And happy with that. Get rid of you. Actually, just buy. Alright, so I'm nearly happy. Happy. So join those. I'm going to take everything in this one and pitch it down. Let's pitch it down twice. Sample is getting kind of weak that low. Let's bring it up. Oops, that was supposed to be down 12, not up 12. Okay, yay. Yeah, just, it's funny how breathing, oh wait, no, come on, we'll put the right words in order to make the sentence make sense. It's funny how pulling in a new instrument can breathe life into things, and I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so attached to the original subject matter of the book that this toy piano is doing so much for me, because you know, I really wanted this to sound very light, very happy, very fluffy. And maybe coming out of that second session of recording or working on this, composing this thing, I wasn't feeling it. So I'm very happy to feel like I have some momentum. Maybe you know that, or what I mean by that. Alright, so yeah, I just imported those notes from the toy piano to the real piano, or, you know, semi-real piano, sampled piano. And I think what I want to do is shorten all these notes to, whoops, something like that. And now I'm going to turn on the sustain pedal for the piano by doing this. Okay, that's a little much. We may have to break this thing up. Yeah, because that's not sensitive, right? It's just on or off. Shows you how little I actually know about what I'm trying to do here. What happens if we do that right there? Alright, so that'll open up the sustain pedal for a 2-bar deal before it'll close it up again. And alright. Interesting. I'm actually feeling really good about this part here, although I want to know what happens if you mute the Retron, how empty it feels. Alright, so that's the Retron. You can hear it in the back, it kind of, and without it, I don't think I miss it. Although I feel like this isn't really adding anything. That's better. Okay. But this right here, this little bit where we get the extra notes, I think is hurting me, so I'm going to take those extra little strikes out and just have it hit on the half notes. And that actually gives me the idea to put that with the staccato cello line. Where does this end? Right there at C1, so everything needs to be up above C1. We'll take that up a whole octave. And let's make the too soft. I am liking this. This is working really well for me here. How about that? Oh, listen to you. You have reverb on you. Bye-bye. Reverb. Okay. Now, how do we develop this further? Okay, so yeah, there really isn't a whole lot of action taking place in this chapter. So, now that I've set the emotion that I feel like I wanted, let's clear the mutes off and stuff. You know what? I'm just going to straight up delete. Ooh, hard decision to make. It's gone. Let's just get rid of it. Cool. Sometimes you have to make decisions. Whoops. I forgot to set the timer again, didn't I? Would appear that I did. Fortunately, I know a way around that. Yeah. So, what do we need to do now? Let's push this out a bit more. I'm almost thinking about what happens. It's still pretty intense, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're gone. See ya. Okay, yeah, something that I noticed that I needed to do the other day that I forgot. Let's start doing some stuff with the equalizer. This is the sample that we had from the garden noises, right? Naturally, we don't need this to sound like all of this. So I'm going to start cutting frequencies a bit. No, not what I was thinking. That's what I'm looking for right there. All right. What I'm thinking here is just getting rid of some of the low frequencies. I'm also going to put a multiband compressor on that wind deal here. I'm actually going to dial this one back. I did notice in listening back to that it was way hotter than I needed. So yeah, I should have a multiband sidechain compressor, and that of course attached to the cello for some horrible reason. I don't know. Anyway, I probably don't need this at all, so I'm just going to route this into the multiband deal. And I have naturally a lot of stereo imagers in here, and right here is where you would feed whatever you want to trigger the compressor, if this makes any sense. It may or may not. I don't know how privy you are to that sort of thing. I want to say I've done a video about it in the past. So it's there to be seen. Basically, at this point, though, I'm going to have to create a bus that pretty much has anything that I want to be heard over the wind sounds in there. And mostly, I'm thinking my melody instruments, But yeah, so I'm going to take the piano. You know, those violins may end up disappearing before too long. The cello, and this is my toy piano, so I'm going to route them to a new output bus. This is the first time I've done this, and so I'm probably going to screw this up. All right, yeah, and there it has a insert effects, and I'm going to run that into here. And I'm thinking that should behave itself just like I need it to. All right, so you can hear the piano, and the piano is what's triggering these compressors. And it shouldn't be much, but just enough to pull down any competing frequencies that might be there. Yeah. So I guess adjusting the volume down probably helped with that a lot. Are we going to keep that? You know, we're probably not. I think I'm going to run it on the other hand of the toy piano deal. This note lane 1 here is going to be my right hand of my toy piano, and this will be my left hand. I'll try to keep them set up an octave at least apart. So yeah, this whole segment here needs to be dropped by 1 octave. And let's see what that sounds like. Where are we at? We're at 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Yay! Yeah, I'm not quite sure I like this. It may be too low. I'm going to pull it up an octave. Like that, and just see if it blends any better. It's ringing too heavy. And there it works with the cello to create a sound. You know, it's working in unison. And much, much prettier. I am a happy man. And that's 19 minutes and 4 seconds. Now the big question now is where to go from here. We're at a minute in length. And most of what could be done from this point would be, you know, song structure kind of things. I guess. Yeah, so I'm gonna hate when this happens. Alright, so I just took these chords and made them to where they no longer have the gaps between each other, except for right there. I think I'm much happier. I like the cello. This other violin I'm not quite sure about, though. What if it sustained longer? And was softer in its enunciation. It adds something. Alright, so now let's stop this video and go on to the next one. Oh, I'm digging this. This is great.